All right. Good morning, Rach. Good morning, Pinky.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning. We wanted to say good morning to people watching in the replay and or watching live now. You can join our discussions to this morning. We're talking to Pinky Peralta of how to be a weekend farmer.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And we're here talking to and thank you for All right. So, saan ba natin nakilala si Pinky?
Neighbor natin.
Neighbor. And
So,
then,
childhood friends ng mga ating anak, si Joshua and
but
Rafael.
she's known for room upstairs
The
before.
room upstairs.
So, designer, interior. Maybe you can introduce yourself na lang.
Yes, yes. So, hi, our awesome planet. Thank you, Anton and Rache, for inviting me. So, let me introduce myself. I'm a farmer, but I'm a weekend farmer because my main line is I am an interior designer. And also, I'm also a watercolorist. So, I handle teaching also for watercolor enthusiasts. Um, I'm a mother of two, and of course, I met you in our surrender days. So we used to own the room upstairs like 2007 until 2011. It was like a watering hole for designers and artists alike. But we had to transfer in the south, so it became very hard for us to commute back and forth. So now I'm doing as a day job still an interior design business, and on the side I do watercolor.
All right. So just wanted to say hi to people watching. So Bess said hi. Pinky and Alvin said, just to kick off, is very interesting and timely topic. We're really interested, aside from, a lot of people are, di ba, nagluluto na ngayon. But at
Yes.
the same time, they're doing their own garden. So I know you've started the Weekend Farmer.
Way back.
Wait, I'll share the, para alam lang nila na, uh, the Weekend Farmer. Ay, wala.
Yeah.
Yan. Di ba? Can you tell us about the Weekend Farmer in
Yes.
Tagaytay property?
Yes, the Weekend Farmer was born 2006. That's the time when we got married, and during the time I encountered a misfortune. So I had a miscarriage after my first son, and I had this urge to connect with the land, and I had no experience in farming at all, nor growing any sort of food. So for me, then it was an intimidating feat. But because I had to be healed internally, so dun ako nagmukmok sa farm. And lo and behold, I discovered and rediscovered that it is in every one of us to really grow food and live sustainably with the land. So doon ko na-capture yung, I just observed nature. And from 2006 until now, the Weekend Farmer has natural farming as its advocacy and also growing one's own food. So one doesn't have to, buy again and again in the grocery store for the things that they need. uh, they can just grow it in their kitchen garden or even in a small space, or if you have a bigger land, you can. And then whatever surplus you have, you can give, you can sell, and you can preserve. So that's actually my advocacy right now.
So, Pinky,
Yes.
so how does one how does one start their own little garden?
Okay, so back then I had to really do an trial and error thing. So sometimes it will not grow, sometimes it will grow until I discovered that you just have to have a good compost, a good soil, which you don't have to buy at all. You just have to collect all of these organic waste that you have in the kitchen, and together with the soil and dry leaves, the nature will just decompose and have this organic matter for you. And you just have to put it in a shaded part of your house or your yard, and it will create for you these very nice steaming microorganisms. And if you have that, you don't even have to have a green thumb. You will
Yun yung
grow
tatanong ko
anything.
sa'yo eh.
You will grow anything at all if you have a good compost, a good soil. So that's
Wala
my
ka rin,
discovery, and
wala
that's
ka
what
rin
I want to tell everybody, that they can have their own compost at home.
may nilalagay ka dun sa compost?
Wala. Actually, meron ako dito na isang shade wherein I just surrounded it with hollow blocks so that it will be contained. But if you don't have that, you can just have a trash bin. You just drill holes, like 1/4 holes on all sides, so that it will be aerated. And then you just dump everything there, but never dump those miss or piece that you have in your kitchen, like fish or
Mga
mga
buto. Mga buto.
no, no, just from the plants. So plant-based tayo. And then layer them in such a way that it will have carbon. The carbon can be your coffee grounds. So remember, you have your morning coffee, dump it in your bin and or your compost station. And then that's your carbon, and then layer it with your greens. That's your kitchen peelings. So ito na yung mga pinagbalatan ng ating prutas,
Ah,
gulay, anything, kahit ano, you don't mix it with your cooked food, because that's when you invite rodents and all. So yun lang yung magiging segregation nun. And then you just put a layer of soil or cut grass, and then, as you repeatedly do this cycle, you will create for yourself a rich humus and a rich soil. And then you just integrate it in your existing garden soil, even if it's in the paso. And lo and behold, in no time at all, you will be productive in your yard, in your kitchen garden.
All right. So,
So ano yung pinakamadaling i-plant na usually everyday mo ginagamit? Kunyari, mabilis,
Yeah.
basic,
Yeah.
chili,
Actually, that's my most frequently asked question. Ano ba ang madaling itanim? Actually, the question should be, ano dapat ang gusto mong kainin? Ano ba yung kinakain mo pang araw-araw? Hindi ka naman magtatanim ng basil tapos hindi mo naman hilig ang pesto or arugula, and yet hindi ka naman pala mahilig sa arugula salad.
agree.
So, ang aking tip ay grow the things that you love, the food that you love. So under three categories, you can have these options. My first and foremost go-to na vegetables or trees are the perennials. Yung bang isang taniman lang, pababayaan ko na, and year after year, it will not fail giving me a produce. So nature will
Ano
take care
yun?
of. Ano yon? Ito yung
nag-denote na range
staples. Staples na tinatawag. Nandun na yung kamote. So, ang kamote can give you kamote at saka mismong talbos ng kamote. So, every part of this root crop goes well to your to nourish you. So, nandiyan na yung iba-ibang root crop like ube, gabi, and then turmeric, and then luya, and you also have the paminta, the peppercorns, 600 per kilo yan. So once you
Parang
you
wala kami yun ah.
Oh, you go to the weekend farmer, I'll give you all the plantings. And that also goes to your viewers.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, you just have to know the perennials. Meron naman tayong libro. Ano pa ang perennials natin? Na ibig sabihin isang taniman lang. So nandiyan ang saging. Saging. Isang puno lang ang itanim mo, meron naman diyan mga dwarf na saging kung limited ang space mo. So it will create offsprings for you year after year and you don't even have to plant again. Ano pa? Papaya, matagal siya bago mamatay. And yung magiging offspring niya may buto na. You can replant it. Ano pa? Kaya yung sinasabi ko, squash, meron ako ngayong squash, hindi lahat ng bunga ay hina-harvest ko. Yung isa, pinapabayaan ko lang siyang mabulok. And yung
Bakit?
pagbubulok naman, magsa-self-seed na siya. And so, hindi na ako magtatanim. Patuloy lang siyang magbubunga. And always, I get the flowers, I eat them. I get the talbos, I eat them. So that's actually my number one parang tip for you. Go with the survival food. Yung bang kahit magkagyera, meron dyan sa bakuran mo. So, pag once na pinlant mo yan, hindi ka magugutom, maghuhukay ka lang sa bakuran. Ay, meron pala akong kamoteng kahoy dito. May ube pala ako. Meron pala akong kamote. So, yun. And so, you will ask me, buti ka po, may backyard. Paano naman kami? During this quarantine, I have this nice kamote. I planted it in a bucket, and now it grows and never did it fail to supply me with my pangsinigang and all pang saute. So you can still plant even with a limited container.
Yung yakon ba, perennial yun? Yakon?
Naku, masyado ka naman sosyal.
Social ba yun?
Sarap
Hindi,
yun. Pero
Iba yung
ang
yun
nata
eh.
sa mga malalamig na lugar, no? Oo. At
I-air
kasama sa perennial mo, kasama sa perennial yung dragon fruit mo at saka yung mga prutas na avocado, no? Atis, yung mga yan, sampalok. Kahit na ilang seasons yan, hindi yan magfe-fail na magbunga. Kamyas.
Kamyas,
So,
oh.
yes. Saka ang ano diyan ang tip, kung ayaw mong palakihin siya, edi i-prune mo lang siya ng i-prune. If you do not have that much space, you just have to prune it and cut it.
Ano yung prune?
Prune. Ang prune is pruning. Ika-cut mo yung branches na para hindi na yung roots niya ay mag-deepen at hindi siya tumangkad ng tumangkad. Ika-cut mo na siya. So, ang magbibigay pa rin siya ng prutas, pero maaabot mo na siya. So, ang tawag dyan ay nire-regulate mo ang growth process ng isang tree. Ayun.
Oh,
Pero
meron
meron tayong di ba sabi ko sa iyo, number one is survival
perennial.
no? Ito nga yung mga root crops and all. Now, meron din tayong mga tinatawag na rich for its nutrition or nutritive plants. So, dapat meron ka rin yan. So, in my plot, meron lang akong mga 1 square meter by 1 square meter na parang plot. And then, I put there mga nutritive. Kasi, bakit ko siya kailangang ilagay sa isang container like 1 by 1? Kasi marami siyang mga pwedeng kumain sa kanila. Gustong-gusto sila ng hayop like suso, etc. or peste. So ito yung mga lettuce, kung gusto mo ng kale, kung gusto mo ng spinach. So iyan ang mga eggplant, okra, ito ay will fall under nutritive plants na kailangan mo siyang itanim pag tapos na ang growing cycle niya. Pero it doesn't mean na isang harvest lang tapos na. Kasi ang eggplant can last up to 8 months. At ang isang tree will give each person it's parang ulam na sa isang araw. So kapag may kung apat kayo sa isang pamilya, apat na eggplant ang itanim mo, buhay ka na. Di ba?
Ano ibig sabihin mo, kunyari yung eggplant, hanggang mabubuhay siya 8 months. So,
Yes.
anong mamamatay yon unless na mag-replant ka? Ano?
Yes. Ang ibig sabihin nung kaninang sabi ko perennial is isang taniman lang.
Okay.
Ang susunod naman is nutritive or yung annual. Ito yung isang taniman tapos may growth cycle lang siya. May maturity, magpipik. After nun, mamamatay na siya.
Para palang ano to, time deposit
Oo, so kukuhanin mo ngayon, but nature is very intelligent. Kukuhanin mo ngayon yung mature pods niya, mayroon siyang seed, at hindi ka na bibili. Itatanim mo lang para sa next season, meron ka na uli. So, iyon ang kagandahan nitong mga tips na sinasabi ko, perennial, annual. So, in terms of importance, kailangan pinaka number one ang majority ng plants mo, magkagyera man or what, yung perennial, dapat meron ka nun. And then, second priority is this annual, no? Itong mga nutritive. Ngayon, ito na yung pinaka-least priority. Kumbaga, kung hilig mo lang naman. Ito na yung pangatlo. Ito na yung supplemental. So, ito na yung mga herbs like yung mga basil, tarragon, sa yung tsaa. So, yung mga mint, tanglad, mga pangsahog ba para sa culinary experiments mo. So, yun yung supplements. Pwede mo kasi siyang hingiin lang or isahan lang. Pero ang nagtataka ako kapag ang isang hobbyist, yun ang inuuna na bilhin. Tapos maya-maya madi-discourage kasi ay namatay na yung basil ko, kinain ng pest. So, ayoko nang magtanim. So go with more resilient, the staples, the perennials. And then, yes, and then yung pinakahuli na yung mga herbs, no?
Okay.
Ano naman yung di ba minsan napagtatabi mo yung dalawang plant tapos yung isa hindi namatay or hindi tumubo kasi kinukuha nitong ng nutrients nung katabi niya. How would you know where to place it beside each other or what?
Actually, ang rule of thumb ko lang dyan, may kanya-kanyang schools of thought dyan, no? Ang companion planting para sa akin ay secondary na lang yan. Consideration. Kapag magandang lupa mo, kahit pagsamasamahin mo kahit anong halaman, wala yung pakialam ang nature. Now, having said that, mas maganda pa rin na pagtabihin mo yung hindi masyadong magkakaaway. Ano yon? So, kapag nagtanim ka ng eggplant, huwag ka nang magtanim sa katabi niya ng may prutas pa din. Example, kamatis. So, parehas silang nag-aagawan for their fruit, right? Kapag nagputas ang dalawang plants, parehas nilang kailangan ng
mas marami.
So, now, tabihan mo siya ng leafy, no?
Kangkong. Malunggay.
Yun. Amaranth, malabar, no? So, yun lang yung mga itanim mo. Pero kapag meron kang sitaw, kahit na ano ang itabi mo dyan, at i-rotate mo yan kasi ang sitaw or other leguminous plants ay napakaganda niya sa lupa. So maganda siyang i-integrate katabi or pagkatapos ng isang growth cycle, lagi ka dapat may leguminous plant like sitaw. Yun. Or kajos. Yan.
Okay. We'll say hi muna sa mga nagko-comment lang.
Hello!
Hi! Hi, Beth!
Si Fanny. Hello, everyone. I'm interested. So, stay tuned.
Hi, Tita. O, diba? Nag-announce talaga ako sa buong madla.
Wow, watching from Toronto.
Wow. That's my Tita. Agree that gardening. A lot of my watercolor students are here.
Ang dami, okay. Yan, si Mickey watching.
Si Jomag. Hi, Jomag.
Yan, si Jomag. Tap water, the one with chlorine is not good for growing vegetables. Ay,
That's
may natutunan ako. May friend ako. So, nag-post siya sa Facebook niya. May plant, FPJ ang tawag niya. I forgot ano yung F. Basta
fermented plant juice.
Oh. So, basta magulo lang isip ko, may molasses. So, sabi ko, oh, saan mo binili yung molasses mo? Anyway, shinare niya na yung FPJ, yun nga yung plant juice. So, do you use that?
Okay, because we are a commercial farm in the Weekend Farmer, like it's a 2.5 hectares, we have to have those kind of things to facilitate growing. But if you are just growing in your little backyard, you don't have to buy this mga molasses. Kasi ang natural farming is mimicking how nature takes care of your trees, like in a little forest. So, ang mga trees ba sa forest kailangan ng molasses? Hindi naman, di ba? So you don't have to be complicated with growth. You just have to have a good soil with teeming microorganisms and solve na yon. Kasi kaya tayo na-intimidate because we have so many technicalities on growing eh. Pero sa totoo lang, if you simplify those aspects, if you just observe nature, nature will teach you so many things. So, iyon.
Ang commercial pala yun. Okay.
I want you to show us around the farm, no? But we'll say hi to some people.
Si Miss
Hi,
Beth.
Beth. May farm din yan.
Full name. Watching from New York.
Diba?
Hi, Miss Pinky.
Hello! Aba, mukhang full squad ang mga full squad.
Pinamis mo bang ano yan? May free session?
May free, may free.
Lagot ako sa sa mga to
Oo nga. Oh, yan na. Ito na.
Okay. So,
Bahay niya lang
maybe, siguro, just walk us through. I'll play the video. What are we seeing?
Yeah, ang palaya to, so nilagay ko lang sa gulong, tapos pinapagapang siya sa ano yon yung coconut. So hindi mo kailangang bumili ng kung ano. So ayan.
Sa bahay to? Bahay niyo?
Tapos ito yung maliit kong shed sa The Weekend Farmer.
Ito.
Dito nag-aalaga kami ng mga bulate. So ito ay vermiculture. So lahat ng mga waste ng farm goes to that shed. At iyan ang ginagawa naming potting soil para sa aming mga halaman. So alam mo ba sa 2.5 hectares ay dalawa lang ang aking farm helpers. Dahil nga sa natural farming, we mimic nature, we follow nature, siya yung teacher namin. We don't need a manicured nice lawns. We just let all the leaves fall, decompose, and just give the organic matter back to the soil. And that's actually the whole principle of it. So we are just, the caretakers of that land.
Okay, next video.
Bahay ko po.
That's my mushroom shed.
Oh.
As a weekend farmer, you can stay a weekend and you will see how the whole natural farming works. You can even stay there for a night and enjoy farm-to-table food. Everything is just picked from our veggie patch. And we also grow our own native pigs, which are all vegetarians. They eat from our banana trunks, no? And our, of course, our chicken layers are also organically fed. So we maintain a very integrated farm here with only 2 farm workers. So how is that possible? So even I would ask myself, but you know what? Back then I have no answer until now I see the results. So I'm a believer of ultra cheap and ultra low cost farming. So that's actually, also a believer of Jadam, which was born in Korea. So it was developed by a certain Hancho and introduced here by Mr. Andre Lim. So I took a course on that. So that helped me also made the farm productive by multiplying all the microorganisms and helping them through the leaf molds. Mga leaf molds na nakukuha ko lang sa mga bamboo groves doon sa tabi-tabi ng aking farm. So ang leaf mold ay may molds siya na sobrang dami ng microorganisms niya. Nandun siya nagtatago sa mga leaves. At kapag in-integrate mo siya sa iyong rainwater, kasama ng iyong mga ng tubig na yon, and let it ferment for a day, and yun ang pwede mong ipandilig sa iyong ano. So wala nang gasto.
Okay.
Yun, iba pa yun.
Yes, yes. So, meron pa isang video. Sandali. Ano to? So, the other video is the one in your home. Tama ba yun?
Yeah. So,
Kapit at-
nag-experiment ako kasi noong quarantine, sabi ko, bakit kaya hindi ako makapunta sa farm? So, nag-experiment ako from March 15 hanggang ngayon ay tiningnan ko kung pwede ba akong makapag-produce ng aking sariling pagkain sa limited space. At ito ang aking ngayong thriving vegetable patch. So, dito ko practice yung sinabi ko sa inyong perennials, no? The staples. So makikita niyo meron ako ditong ube, meron ako ditong gabi at kamoteng kahoy. So ito rin ang nagiging buffer ko sa wind para protektahan niya ang aking mga nutritive veggies na nandoon sa mga boxes na yon. Ito na yung aking arugula dahil lagi ko yung kinakain. Pechay, okra, eggplant, no? And then squash doon sa pinaka-cover crop ko kasi ayoko lagi na nag-weed out. So this is a lazy man's farming for you guys. If you want lazy farming, the natural farming is for you. So, kailangan may cover crop ka para hindi ka laging nagkakaroon ng parang weeds.
Anong cover crop ulit? Sorry.
Ang cover crop ay the one protecting the moisture of the soil. Kasi kung walang protection yan at laging bantad sa araw, sa ulan, magkakaroon ka ng leaching or yung nutrient ng soil mo pumupunta na sa drain, right? So, ang magandang protection ay mismong halaman na rin. So, pwedeng kamote, pwedeng, kailangan nakakain mo na rin para hindi sayang. Kalabasa, ano pa ba yung mga gumagapang dyan, no? Na pwedeng meron ka, mga kangkong. So, yan ang aking mga cover crop. Minsan cilantro din kasi I have this kind of cilantro that just grows like grasses. Ayun. So, yan ang, ngayon, every day, I just go there, morning at afternoon, I get my food there. And you know what? Grabe pala ang difference ng binili at saka yung kapipitas lang. Kasi manamis-namis pa yung kapipitas lang. At hindi mo na kailangan ng flavorings. Grabe. So, that's my little experiment. So,
Sana
yes.
kapitbahay pa tayo, no?
Di ba magkapit-bahay naman tayo, hindi mo lang ako dinadalaw eh. Ang
Wait,
nakakatawa.
para sa mga condo dwellers. So, anong magagandang baka paulit-ulit na ako pero ano yung mga recommended mo na assuming mo kakainin namin yung mga kaya nga gusto ko mag-gardening, 'di ba? I want to eat the fruit, the vegetables or fruits or what na condo, alam mo na, condo living, walang balcony or pwedeng may balcony. How
So,
do you...
ang ano, umalis sila sa condo. Just kidding.
Parang tayo.
Oo, mahirap talagang maghalaman sa isang condo. Pero kung talagang gusto mo at meron ka namang maliit na balcony, ay itingnan mo ang space. Okay? Ang space na tinatawag ay hindi lang floor space. You have the vertical space and you have the aerial space. So you have three-dimensional space right there in your balcony. So sa vertical space, you can do with vines and climbing plants. Now, you just have to analyze ano bang araw ang sumisikat sa balcony ko. Baka naman hindi man lang, kailangan kasi mga 5 to 8 hours ang sikat ng araw para sa isang thriving veggie to grow. So, kung wala kang ganon, edi mag-ano ka na lang, yung mga shade-friendly like lettuce, like basil. No? So, talagang limited ang magiging ano mo, ang magiging growth mo, pero hindi pa rin zero. So, yon. Ano ba ang mga aerial mo? So, kapag sinabing
Ganyan
aerial
din area mo, yung sa likod?
ha?
Yung sa likod na plant mo, yun ba yun?
Oo, yan ang aking makrame na product ngayon ng The Weekend Farmer.
Wow.
So, pwede ka mag-hanging plant and then kahit kamote, pwede mo diyang isambit. Hindi yan magre-reklamo. Okay? So, yun. Actually, paminta rin. Pwede mo siyang i-vine, no? Kaya magre-research lang kayo and then there are so many seed stores out there. You can just, alam mo, a lot of my education also comes from asking the landscaper, asking the seed store and even the gardener. So, kailangan matanong ka lang.
So, tatanungin na kita parati
Pero kailangan willing kang madumihan ng kamay kasi kapag nandidiri ka pa sa bulate, di ba? I'm just kidding. Ayun.
How about the oxygen plant?
Oxygen plant. What do you mean?
Nag-oxygen plant ka ba? Indoor.
I'm not familiar with your oxygen, but all ano naman indoor plants no that you can is this ornamental what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So whatever indoor plants naman gives this nice oxygen for the dwellers no. So itong nasa likod ko is one itong elephant ear no saka mga aglow. Oo. Actually, napakadaming mga oxygen plants or that's what you call it na talagang isang cutting mo, mga isang buwan bago siya malanta with the right container and water, no? So I think yung mga condo dwellers will benefit much on this indoor planting as a hobby.
Wait, can you finish the video, your tour of the garden lang? Kasi
Sure.
I'm interested. So, sige.
Ayan. So, I think tinuturo ko na dito ang eggplant. Ayan na. Okay, after 7 weeks, namunga na siya at ang mga flowers niya ay sangkaterba. So, every day I harvest at least 6 pieces from these 1-by-1 containers. Not only that, I have so much surplus of kalabasa shoots and flowers, no? So, I ran out of recipes. And yan, mga nakakatuwa lang kasi you know what, sometimes we plan our menu on ano bibili natin sa grocery. I plan my menu based on my harvest for the day. Ay, namulaklak pala si sampalok. So magsisigang ako ng sa sinampalukan. No, yung mga usbong ng sampalok. So, or magsisigang ako ng bayabas kasi may bayabas ako ngayon. So that's how I plan my meal for the day. I go out and look at my harvest. And that's also my way of therapy my way of winding down. I connect with the soil. So yun. Ayan ay okra. Alam mo, 1 week ago lang to, pero alam mo ba ngayon may bunga na yung mga okra na yan? Nakakatuwa.
Ang ganda ng soil mo, Ang ganda ng soil mo.
Oh, ayan ay ube. So yan.
Ube?
So ganito. Oo, sa December pwede ko na yang i-harvest. Isang katerba yan. Ngayon, ang maganda sa perennial, kapag nag-harvest ka, example, may ube ka, ha-harvestin mo. Huwag mo siyang i-harvest lahat. Magtira ka ng at least 1 or 2 na mother plant or yung pinaka-crop or meat. At hayaan mo uli siyang umusbong for the next season. Ganyan ang nangyari ko sa kamoteng kahoy. Ayan yung kamoteng kahoy because lagi ako nagtitira, hindi ko, yan ay papaya naman. Ayan. Ayan ay sitaw. Lahat ngayon yan, may mga bunga na. So ayan, nagpa-flower dyan. Ngayon, marami na siyang bunga.
Wow.
Pinakbet style ang aking garden na ginawa dito.
Mamamas ko ako sa iyo sa December.
Oh, yes, punta ka. May halya. Oo, punta ka. Ikaw ang tagaluto ko, tagahalo ng halya.
Ay, ayoko yun. Kala mo, hirap.
O, alam mo, pampaganda ng ano yon, ng pampatone.
Okay.
Yun. So, we'll say hi. Nasaan ba tayo? Ito na. So, our good friend si Jomag is watching. Nice topic, backyard urban farming is great. Oo nga, we're really interested and that's why we're doing this interview. Galing si Jomag ang nakikinig sa'yo.
Ito, maswerte mong kapitbahay. I am one of the many beneficiaries of the bounty of her edible garden. I especially love cooking with the usbong ng sampalok for sinigang. Kapitbahay mo ba yan?
Kapatid ko yan. O, di ba? O, hindi naman scripted yan.
Planted rin, planted.
Planted.
Planted. Ay, nako.
So, namimigay ka rin ba ng seed or binibenta mo siya? Or paano ba? Or if there...
Sa totoo lang dito sa aking neighborhood, namimigay lang ako ng mga seeds. Kami magkakapitbahay. Kapag may nagustuhan sila, sabi ko, sige. So, lately, yung mga produce, dahil kailangan ko rin naman ng konting kita, yung mga produce na surplus like bananas, langka, meron kaming neighborhood Viber group dito or Facebook page. So, pag pinost mo doon, pwede mo nang ibenta. At, at the end of the day, it helps that, sabi ko nga sa sarili ko, pwede pala talagang maging livelihood. Hindi ka lang nag-grow ng sarili mong food, you can still earn a surplus from your garden. So doon ko na-realize investing in your land gives a payback in the future, in the near future at that.
All right.
Ano ba?
Okay. So, bukas na yung farm mo sa Tagaytay? Where is it exactly?
Yan ang magandang tanong. Marami kasing mga rules ng DOT eh. So, sa August ay magbubukas na kami. So, ngayon ay hinahanda na namin ang facilities, no? So, pwede kayong mag-inquire na at mag-book, pero ang opening of its doors would happen mga August. So right now, I go there once a week to get the produce of the land.
So anong policy ng DOT ba? So you can only accept like 1 or 2 people per day? Or paano ba yung 10% capacity?
Dati-rati, kapag may nag-i-inquire sa Airbnb, okay na yan, no? Go na. So ngayon, we need to secure a certification in these COVID times from DOT. So that takes a while, and also the protocols that needed to be done. Like, I think in these COVID times, they are asking the customer to even present a medical certificate to check in if you are going to have an overnight there. So, so what we'll do is just wait it out na wag na muna masyadong complicated ngayon ang mag-open.
Magastos.
Oo, parang ang
Although,
daming
for
protocols,
safety
kawawa
din.
naman yung guest. But you know, during this time, parang napansin ko yung dami ng inquiries na gusto na nilang mamasyal sa isang
Oo.
lugar na katulad ng The Weekend Farmer para magkaroon ba sila ng ibang environment parang because of this quarantine.
Oh, di ba you do tours then around the farm, just
Ah,
getting out, going out there, di ba?
Pero
yes.
the study, Pinky, is that the people are craving for nature, yun yung una-una, and second, social connection.
Okay.
And then third, of course, safety. Yun yung tatlong component. And talagang people are looking for nature. Eh. So perfect talaga
Yes.
yung weekend farmer destination.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's have a photo muna to close.
Oh, sure.
Just look at the lens. All right, one more. Pinky.
Solo.
Sala. Oh, ang ganda naman.
Batang-bata ka.
Sobra!
Batang-bata.
next time.
Ganda yung gawa ng gardening tsaka watercolor.
Diba? Next time, let's talk about watercolor, ah.
Of course!
Uy, thank
So,
you for inviting me, ah.
Thank you. Any final thoughts lang to those na hindi pa rin sure or just thinking of doing it? I know this will be a big movement moving forward. Any message to them?
Yeah, I think now is the time to retool our craft. It's not only that you're doing one profession. Example, if I'm an interior designer, nawalan ako ng trabaho, then that's the end of it. No, every person should include in their resume a good farming experience. Because when push comes to shove, like in these times, kailangan meron kang crisis management, and being resilient is in a very good example is growing your own food, even if it's not 100%, a big portion of your food comes from a place where you know that it's clean, it's safe, no, and it's nutritious. So you have to include in your psyche already this crisis gardening. I call it crisis gardening because we are in this very precarious time wherein we need to really be more sustainable. We cannot depend on the government. We cannot depend on our companies that will fall down one or the other time. We cannot even say that we're safe in the hospital. So you invest on what you have, and what you have is a little land, a little soil, and your skill that you would want to grow food, and your motivation to grow your own food. So I guess that's my little message. Be more resilient in these coming times through edible gardening. Okay? Tapos na.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Anton, Andres.
Question,
I have-
last question lang, Pinky.
Ah.
Meron yung mga online resource yan or books that you would recommend?
Siya, online.
Okay, yes, meron tayo, you know what, one good book that I read before was One Straw Revolution. It opened my consciousness on growing my own food, and that's by Mosunoba. He's a Japanese. He was a Japanese chemist and decided I hated my job, and I wanted to go back to, I think he was also into agriculture back then. So this One Straw Revolution opened my eyes. So that's one. And I'll email you na lang all the books that helped me. But another book is Jadam, which is an ultra low-cost farming. Ito nga yung inintroduce ng isang Korean
Jadam.
farmer. Oo, na ang nature ang ating teacher, at siya rin ang magbibigay ng tools that you don't have to buy, but you just have to get from your surroundings, and it will cook the fertilizer for you. Whatever you get from the soil, you need to bring it back to the soil. That's actually the whole principle of Jadam. So,
Ano
yan,
spelling?
yun yung ating mga little tips on reading.
Ano
Okay.
spelling?
Ha?
Anong spelling ng Jadam?
Jadam.
Jadam.
Jadam!
Jadam!
There was a course, and in fact, every year they offer this course. I'm going to connect you with the organizers, and they
Oo.
equip, ordinary farmers. Kasi ine-empower nila ordinary farmers na hindi na kailangan bumili ng fertilizer, hindi kailangan ng malalaking equipment to have a farm. So iyon ang ating dapat maging agenda ngayon.
Oo. So, just sharing to the audience rin, those watching, ito yung the One Straw Revolution.
Yeah, that's it. Very
One
good.
Straw Revolution. And then, the, ano to, Rache?
Jadam.
Wait. I'll share it. And this is the...
Jadam! Oh, wala.
Wala si Jadam. Sandali. Jadam!
Jadam!
Yan, oo. Pero mukhang o-orderin mo pa sa Amazon, ano?
Ang galing ah. Ang galing.
Wala ka ba? Baka ikaw meron ka ng online training.
Wala ka bang...
Pwede tayong mag-organize ng isang, last year I did an organic farming in the farm to teach all of the methods on making your own fertilizer, making your own kitchen garden. So baka i-re-offer ko ulit sa farm after everything is settled, no? So maybe we can do that.
Okay. Last comments.
Thank you, teacher.
Teacher, thank you.
Teacher ang dating.
Ngayon, hindi lang kayo mag-watercolor niyan, ha? Magtatanim na din kayo.
Planter.
Thank
Artist
you.
and
Oo
farmer.
nga,
Alright.
artist and farmer.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Schedule
Yeah.
natin yung painting.
Yeah. Yes. And then come visit me here so you can see for yourself the edible garden.
Saan ba? Diyan sa bahay mo, ha?
Sa Amore.
Sige.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay?
All right.